La 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 la. We're going to be taking a look today into scales. So, music scales are a combination of notes. When you combine some notes in a sequence, you can label that as a scale. But there's some other little things that you need to know to be able to understand that. Okay, so what is a note? Note isn't a specific frequency. So right now, for example, my voice is vibrating. La, which is in the case is the do, si. So this note, this vibration, has a frequency, and each frequency will be labeled with a letter. In the case of this system that we're going to be studying today, we have 12 notes. And these notes are much easier to understand and to visualize if we use a keyboard, like this. So in this keyboard, if we start with the A, it's going to be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. So we have like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Well, but that's 8. Where are the rest? You said 12. Okay, the other ones are going to be the black notes. And to understand the black notes, we need to understand another concept, which is flat and sharp. When you have this sign here, hashtag, this means sharp. And in relationship to the keyboard, this is going to move your note one step up. Instead of A, we're going to have A. And if you have this sign here, a little b, your note will move lower one step. Instead of A, we're going to have A. They can sound quite similar, but when you bring this into a context of a scale, they make a lot of difference. And the other thing that we can take a look is the repetition of these names. Because if you look closely, okay, there's all these other notes on the keyboard. So if you start in this area of the keyboard, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, and take a look on the pattern. The black and white notes have a pattern. And then when you go up, you're going to keep repeating that. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I don't have that note. I don't have that one. But that's the idea. So you keep using these names to label all the keyboard, which make our life quite easier. Imagine if you have all these with different names. That would be terrible. And another thing that we have to take a look is another concept, and it has to do with the distance in between one note to the other. If you take a look into the keyboard, that white note, the A note, the following one, the one on the right, is going to be a black note, right? So A sharp. So this distance in between these two notes is called half step. And in case you want to go to the following one, you're skipping that black note. A, B, instead of A sharp. So the distance between the A and the B is going to be a whole step. It's easy like that. The reason why I'm sharing all these names and concepts is for us to understand the major scale, which is what we are going to be studying today. Okay? So stick with me, we're getting there. The C major scale, the ones that are going to be using all the white notes on the keyboard, it's a good reference point for us to be able to set the formula for the major scales. So if we go with the C scale, like this, C, D, we have a whole step, E, whole step again, and then F, that's a half step, then G, it's a whole step, and A, it's a whole step again, and B, another whole step, and then from the B to the C, we have a half step. That's the major scale formula. It's ho, ho, half, ho, 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 half. The thing about this is, if you apply from any other note, this is always going to give you the feeling of a major scale. Because let's get back to the beginning. We are talking about palette of colors. So these colors that we can use to express our emotions, we are giving names to that. And the name for this color is major. With this major color, you can create amazing paintings. So it's important for you to be able to create this from any note. In case you want to start that with the G, for example. You have the G, then you have the A, it's a ho, and then you have the B, ho again, then you have the C, it's a half, then you have the D, is a ho, then you have the E, it's a ho, then you have the uh-oh. So that's where the sharps and flats are going to become useful. Because in this case, if we keep following the white notes, we would land into this F. But to keep the sensation of our major scale, we would need to add a whole step from our E note to the following one. So we're going to be using the 2 sharp. Then the F is going to be sharp. E, F sharp. Then the F sharp will go into the G, and we have the major scale again, but now starting on the G. So let's do a little bit of a call and response with notes so you can internalize this vibe. Okay? You. Together this pa 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 da 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 bo bo pa 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 bo bo pa 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 again da 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 do do da 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 do 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 da do 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 do. One more time. Wakomaia, Wakomaia, tone pindai ke, tone pindai ke, pindai kanaro, pindai kanaro. Again. Wakomaia, Wakomaia, tone pindai ke, tone pindai ke, pindai kanaro, pindai kanaro. Okay, that's kind of what we're going to be taking a look today. And this song, if you observed on this chart, we are starting with the 3rd note of this scale, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, and this 3rd note is the same one that we sing with Wakomaia. Okay? And in the original one, we also have a little bit of a delay in arriving on the next note. So Wakomaia, not landing straight on Wakomaia. We have Wakomaia. So the A will have 2 notes in the same sound. So at this time, can you already understand how this is helping us to build the song? So that combination of sounds that we have before is actually being the framework for us. And by choosing this framework, it has a style. This color palette has the sensation of major. So regardless of what we sing here, if we use this framework, it will sound like major. And all the subtle energies and frequencies and feelings that major scales will bring. If you sing the song in a major scale, the probability of you associating this song with something happy or something hopeful or exciting is much bigger than if you're playing the same song in a minor scale. Okay? Let's just do this exercise. I can show you kind of how it sounds like, but we're not gonna go deep into the feeling of that. Wakomaia tone pindai ke pindai kanaro. Take a look again. Wakomaia tone pindai ke pindai kanaro. You can say, but you're playing this with this finger picking, it's above that. Okay. Wakomaia tone pindai ke pindai kanaro. Wakomaia tone pindai ke pindai kanaro. I'm gonna change to major so you can compare the vibes. Take a look. Wakomaia tone pindai ke pindai kanaro. Wakomaia tone pindai ke pindai kanaro. It's quite interesting, isn't it? Because if you go a little bit deeper, it's just sounds. The one that is giving meaning to these sounds is the experience that we had in this lifetime. There's nothing there saying that this is sad, this is happy, you know, but there is association with sounds that we do in the same way that there are things that sound sacred and things that can connect us with our ideas around divinity. In a way we can lift our frequencies because we believe so, because we are connecting with something that reminds us about divine, reminds us about happiness, reminds us about peacefulness, reminds us about being stress-free from anything that we could be concerning about, just because we want to. So observe the strength and the massive power that you have in you to really shape your reality. The quality of these sounds is just an example of that. And I believe that you could feel something similar. When I shift to a major phrase, that becomes something different. And I would bet on that was more exciting and more open, more full of light than the one that I was singing before. So maybe, let me know if that's something that is true for you. I just want to go into this song so I can share that with you. The rest of this lyrics is going to be like this. Tozaki o para to ne pindai ke pindai kanaro. Tozaki o para to ne pindai ke pindai kanaro. Ah ye ya he wa ya wakomaia 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 he. Ah ye ya he wa ya wakomaia 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 he. So to finish this class, let's just sing this song together. So bring these happy vibes from the jungles into your day. Wakomaia tone pindai ke pindai kanaro. Wakomaia tone pindai ke pindai kanaro. Tuozaki o barato ne pindai ke pindai kanaro. Wakomaia, 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 hey. Ah, yeah, 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 Wakomaia, 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 hey. Wakomaia, dore pindai ke, pindai kanaro. Wakomaia, dore pindai ke, pindai kanaro. Tozaki yo para, dore pindai ke, pindai kanaro. Just to bring your awareness into that, when I was singing this last part, did you notice that I changed the melody? That I used different parts of that scale? The ones that we were not actually using in the beginning. I was going to higher parts of the scale that we had before, the G major scale. And by doing that, I could make that song a little bit bigger. I could make more exciting. I could make it different than what it was, because I went into a different part of the scale. So that's the power of scales. Let me know if you have any questions and I can help you with that.